Go. Alright, and welcome. This is my Arc Rise Fantasia Let's Play. It's actually the other way around, but I don't care. Joining me is Lunar Wing Cloud. Say hi.
Hi.
Good boy. And
Do I get a treat?
What?
Do I get a treat?
Ice cream.
Hey, I have a question. Yes,
I have an answer.
That was the guy who worked on Chrono Trigger. He did the music.
Yes, correct.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
I know, right?
He had a part in this game.
Yeah, he's like the major music director.
Okay, I'm getting this game.
I already told you should get this game.
Well, now I have all the more reason to get it.
I think I told you that before too, but...
I probably
Okay.
forgot.
Probably, but now you have this video to always remind you. Alright, this whole cutscene pretty much is setting up the game.
Now,
That's a Fell Dragon.
Is this before the actual title screen, or is this after?
Oh, after. Basically, I've already set up my save file for this, and like I set up everything up. I already hit the title screen, and it was like way too long, so I just cut all that out.
Okay.
So this is the opening cutscene. So they're on this ship, and they have swords, and they're gonna fight dragons in the air.
I haven't seen this ever before. Oh wait, yeah, I have Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10.
Oh, it's a Japanese RPG, so... And then you have a little fight.
Oh, you get to have a fight right at the beginning of the game. That's cool.
Yeah, except you pretty much get raped.
Oh, so it's one of those you don't win this battle.
Well, you win the battle, you just don't, like, get anywhere close to killing it by yourself. Like, just watch my HP. 16. And then he's like, take this. And you don't even get to use that attack.
Oh, so you win, but you don't have to do the blow.
No.
The game does it for you.
Yeah, and then they go back into the cutscene. And it's like kung fu sword fighting with a dragon. It's not really a dragon, but you get to find out about that later. That's a while into the game. Oh, let's attack.
The dragon almost reminds me of this one dragon in Legend of Dragoon. He was like rampaging through the woods in the beginning of the game, and he was like basically the main beast that you had to kill for part of the first disc.
Mm-hmm. Arc Rise Fantasia. Just in case you didn't know what game we're doing.
Just in case I didn't know, the game decided to remind me.
Yeah, and this always works. You halfway in the air, you just pull the sword out of the dragon, and A-okay. Actually, I think he hurt his leg. Yep, he hurt his leg.
Well, now he's glowing.
Bell burst. But don't worry, we're gonna make it rain.
What the hell?
Told you, rain.
Why?
Magic. No, wait, him magic. Because she's a coder. Or at least that's what Lark thinks.
Okay, so she
That's
can
Rifia.
sing and summon rain by singing.
Yeah, she's a diva. Staying alive, staying alive. Oh wait, it's going to go away now. Never mind. Not staying alive, not staying alive. Not as catchy.
Chemical plant.
Shut up about that. You just see me sitting there bored in the background. I was like, I just want to skip this, please, game. I've seen this enough.
You just want to cut shit up.
Hell yeah. Get straight to the action.
Who is that?
That's Rifia. That's Lark.
I gathered that much. That was Lark.
He's not Rastin, so I don't give a shit about him.
The only character you care about is Rastin.
Yeah? 'Cause he's so badass. Are you a coder? No, I'm a Feint.
And what the hell are these coders that they're speaking about?
Everything is made of code, and there's certain people that can, like, tap into code and can change code up.
So in other words, it's basically a giant computer.
The world, no. Like, people
Oh, just people.
are made of code. Everything's made of code. Like, that's their form of DNA.
Oh, okay.
That's what basically, if you want to think about it,
They're all
something
digital.
tangible. Yeah, everyone. Well, yeah, they're all digital because it's a game. But
What? What are you talking about?
No, I mean,
Diva, but you can call
they're all digital because they're made up of code.
Huh?
The game is almost poking fun at itself for being a game.
yeah,
a derogatory term.
a weirdo, a derogatory term for a strange person.
What's wrong with you?
Someone's need to lay this off Wikipedia.
Oh dear. Are you angry?
Oh, Rifia is completely retarded because she has a sheltered life. So if you like actually read some of the stuff, some of her dialogue, she doesn't know what a lot of things are, like terms and sayings. So she'll ask about it, and people are just like, "What the fuck?"
Really?
I haven't seen that kind of character before, ever.
Nope.
Thank you.
Chuck Testa.
Hell yeah.
Boy, what's going on here anyway?
So when do you get to meet Rastin anyway?
When we go to Jada.
Ooh, Regia Forest.
And Jada is after Topazia, which is the first town we're going to visit. And that's not until next part. So probably
I want to do a
Part
maybe a
4.
2 now. The graphics in this
Oh.
game are really nice.
Yeah, they are. And this is what most of the cutscenes are going to look like. Dialogue between characters like that.
The dialogue
wanna-
is like that a lot in Grandia too, except for full cuts for the bodies. They have like a picture of the character's face above the dialogue box. Some of it's
Mhm.
voiced and some of it isn't.
Same here, like, this stuff is all voiced, but then, like, I'll start playing some cutscenes later on,
That are-
which are totally optional and aren't voiced.
Of course. Every action we take expends AP, right?
Well, that's interesting.
The whole AP thing.
No,
Are you
but
actually
the-
reading it?
the whole concept of this, like the game story-wise.
You haven't even, like,
The dialogue.
you haven't even touched the story yet.
The dialogue.
Oh, the dialogue was like the story. You haven't even
Yeah.
seen any story yet.
All I know is that he was fighting a dragon called a fell dragon, and it exploded, and now he's here in a forest.
With his bitch.
Let's go.
Who's a diva?
I'm ready to go.
So then you go on to raping. So it's just a bunch of menus and
What should I do?
Yeah,
kind of
explain the
turn-based.
battle system a little bit, because you're like flying through this.
Okay, so basically what happens is you can select different moves. Like right now, they force you just like magic. There's normal attacks, magic, then there's a lot of other things you unlock later on. Basically, turns take up a certain number of AP, so at the top corner you can see that 0 out of 6 plus 4. Basically, plus 4 means that's how much AP I'm going to get next turn.
Okay, so
And
it's
then-
telling you how much you'll recharge each turn.
Yeah, and then certain moves take a certain amount of AP. So this heal move took 2 AP. Normal attacks take 2 each. And then basically you just select your target and then they go into it. And then at the end you get your XP, money, weapon points, and then any items that you actually got. The drop rates in this game are terrible sometimes, honestly.
And by terrible, do you mean they fluctuate greatly, or is it just it's extremely low chances?
It's based on luck, and after every battle, the luck for each character that was in that fight randomly selects a number between 0 and 100.
Ah.
And the maximum is actually 255.
Yeah,
That's the maximum luck.
I was expecting it because it's the whole, the whole 255 because hexadecimal code and stuff like that.
Yeah, but for like the purpose of this, when it randomly selects luck, it's 0 to 100. So, and then I just basically do some attacking. Now, what you will see, I think it's not this fight, it might be the next one. You can, they sometimes will use team attacks and attack together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so basically Lark will do an attack, and then Ripia will do an attack. So basically they chain on top of each other. And it's worth one move. So then Ripia will do her next attack, even though she's already attacking. And then right here, we're talking really fast, but
yeah,
I was ambushed. Basically that means enemies ran into me when I wasn't looking, so then I start off with less AP than I normally would. I also get a surprise attack on someone later in this video.
So basically, the enemy encounters, the way you can get into them, they're actually a lot similar to Grandia. If the enemy is facing a different way, you can get them caught by surprise, and you can get like bonus, you can get like a little sneak attack. And if you're caught by surprise, you have a penalty on you.
Yeah, you get extra AP for surprising the enemy, and then you lose AP for your first round if you don't. And then this is one of those cutscenes that isn't voiced. And those you can select if you want to. See, first attack, like here. And I think this is the one where I do that, the characters combine the first attack. Oh, never mind. Somewhere here. Somewhere in this video.
Well, we'll see. Alright, so it looks like you can have up to 4 characters at a time.
Yes and no.
Okay.
You can have 3 main party characters and a guest.
And a guest.
Yes. And guests are given to you during certain points throughout the story.
Okay.
But for the final boss, you actually do receive a guest. But for the fight before that, it's just 3 characters.
Show me what you got.
So it just kind of randomly gives you a guest in certain parts of the game, and most of the game you don't have the guest.
Story-wise, it depends. Guests are based on story, mostly.
Okay, so for most of the game, you're playing with 3 characters.
Or 2, 1. People will come and join your party and leave and stuff. It fluctuates.
Ready for battle.
I'm ready to go.
And I think here is where I do that team attack. Yep, so this is a team attack. So that was worth one of Lark's moves. So then they had a bonus, they just had a bonus attack.
And then you can get your treasure chests, your extra little goodies.
Yeah.
So this looks like your typical first dungeon. You got, your little forest area that's kind of seemingly harmless. You got really nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's not, well, yeah, it's one of the dungeons, I guess, as they call it, but I wouldn't even really call it a dungeon even, because there's like no boss or anything.
I usually call it a dungeon as long as you're fighting enemies in it.
Okay, well then yeah, it's a dungeon.
But I like it.
If
boss,
enemies narrowly pop up, I call that was a weird facial expression.
She makes weird facial expressions all the time.
Watch your step.
I like how they make that dramatic that she's tripping.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm going to hit my head on the ground. Someone help me.
Thank you.
Lark, you're such a nice guy.
Just be careful, okay?
If only you cared about him more.
If only I, didn't. Alright, but that's the end. We will see the world map next time.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. See, I just leave it here. We're not going to confirm.